Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome again, students, in my subject. This is language and advertisement. And today, as the seventh meeting, we have the topic of advertisement and gender representation. This is one of the topic in language and advertisement because you should know about the gender representation. You know, this is in our life. We have male and female. We have the term of masculine and feminine. So that's in this occasion, I would like to discuss all about this term. Well, this is a gender-based marketing. Why is gender marketing? Why this is important for us? Because as advertisers, when you graduate from this university in this department, then you will work in advertising. You will be the advertisers. As advertisers, you can divide the target groups into men and women. Then the craft messages based on assumption about male and female consumers. Why this is important for us? Because you know, the product in these words will be categorized into men and women. So that's we have to know about our target. All right, students, let's see about the gender stereotypes. In our life, in academic, we know about sex and gender. What is the difference between sex and gender? The first, we know that sex is biologically determined as XY or XX. It means the chromosome. Yeah, in psychology, in biology, we know this is sex between men and women. But in gender, the discussion would be culturally determined. Culturally means that our culture will determine whether we are male or female. This is culturally. And then the second one, sex, we know male and female. This is sex-based term because in our life, we know that this is male and female. Although in our real life, probably you know the neutral. Neutral means, yeah, in our real life, we know that some occasion the male would be female or the female would be male. I think that is the fact we cannot deny. This is, it occurs in our life. But this is called by sex-based term. And then gender, the term would be different. In gender, we have masculine and feminine. This is called by gender-based terms. Since you are English literature student in university level, you should differentiate whether this is male and female, this is sex-based terms, and this is masculine and feminine. You could find whether this is male but feminine, or this is female but masculine. So in advertising, we will know that this is male or female, this is masculine or feminine. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's see about the gender traits. Yeah, this is called by stereotypes about feminine and masculine. Also, this is in our culture, whether this is world's culture or Indonesian culture or West Java culture, we know that pink is to be feminine. Since when that pink to be feminine and the blue one would be masculine? So if you want to give the gift, okay, or the souvenir for women, you will choose the pink one. Since when that you have to choose pink for women? But that is the gender traits. And also blue for masculine. When you adult enough in your family, then you have children and you have the boy in your home, then you will give them the children for boy would be masculine. That is our gender traits. actually. And then these stereotypes you can agree or no, but you know, in feminine, this is physically weak. Physically weak. That is gender traits. I think for Wonder Woman, you know that this is masculine. This is female, but this is masculine because that is a Wonder Woman. But this is gender traits. Feminine would be physically weak, and then for masculine, physically strong. Yeah, in our belief as Islamic ways, Al-Quran says that for men there are some powers that exist in man. So it means that physically strong. Then the second one, gender traits, feminine would be emotional. And some of the research prove that for feminine will be using I think, I feel. So the word think and then feel is for feminine, but for masculine would be I believe. Not to use feel, but using believe and then argue. That is the words, but it needs other research. But yeah, emotional. And then for masculine, this is unemotional. So does it mean that masculine doesn't have feeling? Then this is unemotional. This is gender traits. Yeah, gender traits mean stereotype that we here as men, we have to understand that this is woman is emotional and this is masculine unemotional. Okay, and then the next one would be dependent. So it means that feminine depends, this is dependent, so it depends on man. But is it right? Yeah, this is stereotypes. And then the men would be independent, so they have to be independent. And I think this is in contrast that men cannot generate our life here without women, right? And women, in some cases or many cases, they can live independently. Whether this is single parents or they live herself with children, they can be independent. Why this is occurred in our culture? Yeah, this is about gender traits, stereotype. Next, nurturing or helpful. So in this case, that feminine tends to be nurturing. Nurture would be in contrast to nature. Man would be natural and woman would be nurturing. And then helpful. For feminine, this is helpful. But you know, men, for the traits, this is selfish. Okay, selfish. I don't know if you are man and woman, then you have problems with your couple. You are selfish. Who is selfish? Man or woman? I think woman and man has its selfishness. But this is stereotypes that a feminine or a woman would be helpful and then man would be selfish. You can say that man is selfish. Okay, and then the next one, it would be fearful. Fearful for women. So based on stereotypes that woman depends on man because this is fearful. And they said that man is brave. Okay, so that is the stereotypes. Why you have to know about this characteristic and stereotype? Because when you have to make an ad, whether this is for women, for example, you are invited to make the ads like shampoo or perfume. So this is for women. So you have to know about the traits, the gender traits. This is not for men. This is for women. You have to know about the characteristic, fearful and brave. Later on, I would like to elaborate with you the example whether this is feminine or masculine. And then the next one would be follower and leader. In our life, whether you have Instagram or you have, I think follower for Instagram, that feminine is follower and then masculine would be leader. But you are, as a woman, you have many followers, right? So you don't have to say that in some cases you are the actor, or the actress, you have followers. But here, because some of the traits is dependent, then this is a follower. Because this is shellfish, and then it would be leader. Well, the last would be described as physically attractive. This is for feminine, and for masculine, described as having higher economic or career status and being intellectual. Yeah, whether this is in the past and this is different from now, but this is stereotypes, physically attractive. Most of sales in our trade would be a woman, right? In most cases, because a woman described as physically attractive. So, the cosmetics, so the advertiser would place woman because woman has many kind of attractiveness that could be shown. But man, man has no attractiveness because woman and man would see differently. As a man, probably you can see, wow, she's beautiful. That's beautiful. But when women see man, this is not about beautifulness. They will see the status or the economic, the career. Whether this is not handsome for men, but if he has the good status, a woman will see that. We have the different perspective about men and women, so that you have to understand about this characteristic, and then you will have the understanding each other. Ladies and gentlemen, let's see the example of gendered product, men's and women's images in product packaging. We have here the three products. The first is Nivea Men. Nivea. This is Nivea. Yeah. Probably in the past when I was a child, there is no Nivea or Garnier or Pond's, because this cosmetic would be for women. But now, as we have the similarities about the need of today's activities, and then Nivea developed from women and then for men, and also for Garnier for men, and then Pond's men. So this is the example product gendered. Why this is ED here? Because gendered product, gendered is adjective, gendered product. So in the past, probably this cosmetic for women, but now this product is for men. And then so we have also in the same product, we have Pond's for white beauty. This is for women, and then Garnier, and then Nivea. So probably this is for the first one. The slide is for men, and then the second one is for women. Probably we have to be in contrast, women first and then men, because actually, firstly, cosmetics are for women. Why this is for women? Because as I said to you that woman has the described as physical attractive, not like men. There is no attraction in men's body. Okay, let's see the next one. This is the men's packaging, uses deep shade of black and then gray and navy blue. Yeah. This is interesting, ladies and gentlemen, because of the use of color. This is for men, so this is black, and then gray and navy. This is for men. And then, this is color. But in our session, we discussed about color for men and for women. Actually, God creates color not for men and women, but this is culturally bounded. when this is a man, this is black and gray. But for women, as you can see, this is pink and this is yellow. And what is it? Is it purple or still pink? But this is for women. This is different, ladies and gentlemen. When you have to make an ad, whether this is for men and women, you have to know about this characteristic. Yeah, this is women's skincare products are typically packaged in lighter colors, not the deep shade. Okay. Let's see, why do gendered products still exist in our life? Still exist, and I think this is everlasting. Advertisers have used the idea that men and women are different to develop stories, create conflict, and provide persuasive imagery. God created us, men and women, to know each other. Then inside of knowing each other, we have the conflict, and the conflict is everlasting. When you are now in university level, you know each other, then you will marry, you have children. Still, you are man, you are woman, and you have to live together, and then you have to overcome the conflict, the problem. That is the main goal of our life here, just to solve the problems. Conflicts is everlasting. Ladies and gentlemen, as we can see, this is the example of gender representation in our advertisement. Different depiction of men and women from the same brand ads. You can see this is the actor of Indonesian actor. He is a well-known actor, and you can see this is the ads for men. And you know the color would be black here and then blue here. That is the characteristic for men. And then in other side we have Garnier here, and you know the use of color is lighter color. This is about purple, light purple, and then pink, and then white. So that is the science of advertisement. You have to know, because you are taking my subject and then you will work in advertisers, so you should know about the characteristic. And then the next one would be example of gender representation in scientific. This is interesting for me, as I am the lecturer of morphology. Scientific. Scientific is skin. The root form is skin. And tific, what is tific here? Because in science we know scientific, scientific is the adjective of science, but scientific, okay, the science of skin. Is there any the science of skin? Dermatology is the term for skin, but this is scientific. This is interesting. So that I invite you, when you are learning language and advertisement, you have to search, you have to explore about the words. Let's see, this is scientific ads about the green, the lighter green, and then the light gray. And this is interesting for us, that the product is actually can be used by both gender, but the brain make an implicit gender representation by making two different variants to represent gender, man and female. Sometimes I think we need the general one that could be used by man or woman. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your attention. I hope that this lecture will be useful for you. And I have to close our lecture and see you next week with other topic. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.